There's a reason your life feels chaotic right now. And it's not your job, not your partner, not the economy, not your childhood. It's how you react. The harder you try to control everything, the more everything slips through your hands. And here's the uncomfortable truth. You might be the one stirring the mud. Stay with me, because by the end of this story, you'll see something about yourself you've been avoiding for years. We live in a world addicted to reaction. Something goes wrong, fix it immediately. Someone upsets you, respond instantly. You lose something? Chase it. We are taught that speed equals strength, that action equals power. But what if the strongest move is sometimes doing nothing? Let me tell you a story. Not about success, not about money, not even about discipline, but about emotional control, and why most intelligent people still sabotage their own lives. High in the mountains, there was a lake so clear, it looked like glass. It reflected the sky so perfectly that birds flying above looked like they were swimming in it. Near that lake lived a young monk. He was disciplined, focused, respected. For years he trained his mind. Meditation before sunrise, silence before sleep, structure in every breath. One morning, his master gave him a small crystal gem. This, the master said, represents clarity. The monk felt honored. He carried it everywhere. Over time, something subtle changed. He no longer believed clarity came from within. He began believing. The gem was the source of it. His calm was no longer natural. It was attached, and attachment always hides fear. One quiet morning, the monk rowed a small wooden boat to the center of the lake. The water was still. The mountains reflected perfectly. He held the gem toward the rising sun. And then, a sudden gust of wind rocked the boat. The gem slipped. It hit the surface and disappeared into the depths. For 1 second, there was silence. Then panic. His chest tightened. His mind screamed. Without thinking, he dove in. He kicked violently, arms thrashing, breath burning. He had to get it back. It was his clarity, his stability, his identity. But something happened beneath the surface. The lake bottom, once clear, began to shift. Mud rose. Sediment swirled. The crystal clear water turned cloudy. He couldn't see. He surfaced, gasping. Then dove again, harder. More mud, more chaos. From above, the once perfect lake looked wounded. The still mirror was gone, replaced by turbulence. He wasn't just trying to save a gem. He was trying to save control. And the harder he fought, the less control he had. Most people don't fail. Because they lack intelligence, they fail. Because they lack emotional control. Back at the lake, the monk was exhausted. He clung to the boat, angry at the wind, angry at himself, angry at the universe. On the shore, his master had been watching. He didn't shout, didn't rush. He simply raised his hand and gestured for the monk to return. Reluctantly, the monk swam back. "I lost it," he said. "My clarity is gone." The master looked at the lake, then at the monk. "Sit," he said. The monk blinked. "That's it?" "Sit." Every part of him resisted. The gem was sinking. Time was passing. But the master's presence was stronger than his panic. So he sat. His breath was chaotic at first, his thoughts louder than the wind. What if it's gone forever? What if I ruined everything? What if I'm not who I thought I was? Minutes passed. The lake slowly changed. The waves softened. The mud began to settle. Gravity did its work. The water cleared. Not because anyone forced it to, but because it was left alone. The monk opened his eyes. The lake was a mirror again. The master nodded. Now. The monk walked calmly into the water. No thrashing, no urgency, no fear. He looked down, and there it was, the gem, resting exactly where it fell. It had never disappeared. Only his reaction had hidden it. He retrieved it effortlessly. When he returned to shore, he didn't smile with relief. He smiled with understanding. The master finally spoke. The lake is your mind. The mud is your reaction. The gem was never lost. You just refused to let the water settle. Sometimes the most powerful move is restraint. Calm is not weakness. Calm is dominance. Right now, there is a situation in your life where you are thrashing. You know it. You feel it. You're overthinking, over-texting, overreacting, overanalyzing. And deep down, you know the answer isn't, try harder. It's, calm down. But calm feels like losing. Stillness feels like surrender. Waiting feels like weakness. So you dive again, and again, and again, and the water stays muddy. Emotional discipline is the rarest form of strength. Anyone can react. Anyone can explode. Anyone can panic. Very few can pause. Very few can sit in discomfort without trying to fix it immediately. The monk didn't lose his gem. He lost his composure, and composure is more valuable than clarity. Because clarity returns to those who can stay still. Think about your last argument. If you had waited 24 hours, would it have gone differently? Think about your last impulsive decision. If you had slept on it, would it have changed? Think about the last time you tried to control something that wasn't ready. Did you fix it, or did you stir the mud? But life rewards stability. Life rewards timing. Life rewards emotional control. Still water reflects clearly. Disturbed water distorts everything. When you are emotional, your perception is unreliable. When you're angry, your judgment is compromised. When you are afraid, your vision narrows. Most people don't ruin their lives. In moments of weakness, they ruin them. In moments of emotional reaction, the gem was never the lesson. The lake was. The monk thought clarity was external. He learned it was internal. He thought strength meant action. He learned it meant restraint. He thought losing control required speed. He learned it required stillness. If you want power, train your nervous system. If you want clarity, practice the pause. If you want control, stop reacting to everything. You don't need to dive into every disturbance. You don't need to respond to every message. You don't need to fix every silence. Sometimes the most intelligent thing you can do is nothing. Let gravity work. Let time work. Let emotions settle. Then move. With precision. Calm is not passive. Calm is calculated. Calm is controlled strength. Calm is emotional intelligence in action. When others panic, you observe. When others react, you breathe. When others thrash, you wait. And that difference changes everything. The gem is still there. Your clarity is still there. Your stability is still there. But if you keep stirring the water, you will never see it. If this story made you uncomfortable, good. That means you recognize something. Like this video. If you're ready to practice the pause, share it with someone who needs to calm down before reacting. And subscribe to Ethan's Spire Stories for more lessons that sharpen your mind and strengthen your character.